Oh, we're not live. I thought it was live.
Some stuff in your face. You've got to do an intro.
You wasted your best material, yeah?
Johnson again, ole, ole. Johnson again, ole, ole.
Can you mute him early, Chris? Mute him early.
Listen. Cloud9. I can't. Listen, we don't win things. We won a European Cup. Unbelievable. Parade.
Yeah. Oh, you rate the Europa League now, dear Lee. It's good to
I rated it all the time. He doesn't put the stuff in context. Yeah, get it up. That's what I'm saying. Get it up. You look at the time I said that, January 2023, when we'd just been drawn against Milan.
2023. It doesn't matter when you said it. You said it, bruv.
Yeah, because if I'm in the Champions League, I don't want to be in the Europa League. I still stand by it now.
You're sucking Europa League off.
Because that's where we've been, and we've had to win it to get to the next phase.
But you cussed me for not watching the final because I was working with gigs at the cinema. But I told you. I told you. I told you.
Hold on. I didn't just say about that. I said, did you watch Wenger's last chance at silverware, the 2021 semi-final, and the 2023 round of 16? You said you didn't watch any of them.
21. I think I
was Villarreal.
I was referring to the one, and that was the final against Chelsea.
It doesn't look like that. And what can't speak can't lie.
You got right now. Was that cock or food?
I just want to know, was the film worth it though? What was the film, Chris?
What was the film?
I think it was Avengers before it came out. Or Star Wars. It was either Avengers or Star Wars. I'm not sure. Click, do the Google search that year.
Bruh, listen. If you love your team, it doesn't matter what the boss man says. You have it on your phone like that.
No, it doesn't matter what the boss man says because Giggs was the real boss man, mate. And if he says you jump, you're fucking running.
I'll be like that.
Trust me, no, you wouldn't, because you couldn't have that to your missus, brother. And your missus, before a ball was kicked, I'm not going to see the final. I'm not going to see the final. Why not, Clee? Oh, it's my anniversary.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, he got that. He sorted it. You went to the cinema, boy.
I was working, bro. I was working. No, I was working, Tom. I was working. I went at the cinema. I was working.
Johnson again. No.
I was working, mate. I had work. But that
if you would have said it was like 2010, I would have accepted it.
Ken Dog, that shows you how small that trophy is. That trophy means nothing.
You kicked him out.
I've just put him in the background for a minute. That trophy means nothing, Ken Dog, because he's learned how to unmute it. So.
No, listen.
So why are you trying to banter me for when it's you two that was in the final?
Oh, yeah, I've already told him. Final. I told him what I thought. He said Postecoglou only had one way. He's been found out. He didn't get found out on the 21st of May. Not by Man U, bro. And he's trying to talk about who was his header that went straight at the goalie. The goalie made a meal of it. If I would have caught it.
All right. We're doing real talk. Are you done with your fantasy world now? You've celebrated for 3 weeks.
He's a champion, another fellow champion. Lovely to be lovely to be in company of another champion.
I know this. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Are we ready to talk about the game? I'd like Mark to start us off since he's just got here.
What game?
United Spurs.
United Tottenham. United Spurs, Marv. Go on, you can kick it off.
I mean, wasn't the best game.
All right, I'll take over. I'm not having that.
Yeah.
Right. Awful game.
What do you want me to say?
Can we do real talk? Can we do real talk for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to start with the most important thing. Spurs won the cup. That is the most important thing. Well done, Lee. Fantastic. Yes. I could see you had an amazing time at the parade, and I was delighted for you, mate. I just want to be clear, though.
Spurs
were terrible in that final, and they did not win it. We lost it. We should have scored 3 or 4 goals. Let's be real. And Ange, nothing changes overnight. All this confidence in his speech about the third season's better than the second, like he's not just gone and got 17th in the league, is outrageous. Like, he needs to pipe down a little bit. It's like Arteta getting what did he say today? Getting goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
You just done nothing. Just shut up and go and do your work.
But hold on.
That's it. I'm done.
All right, let me say this. He's coming to a team that hasn't won anything for 17 years. They've been the laughing stock of everybody and pretty much been the laughing stock of this season. But he's gone and he's won a cup that has fulfilled all the objectives of what he was asked to do. Get us in the Champions League.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
A trophy.
No. Hold on. The objective is to come top 5 and win a trophy.
Well,
that would have been the objective. That would have been the overall objective.
It's not to come 17th. It's not to come 17th.
But if you can do both in one,
no, hold on, no, don't.
What's the matter with that?
Go on now. Back to
let the man speak, though. Let him speak.
Yeah, let me speak. Like, listen, we won. I said it before in the face-off last week before the game. It's been a dog shit season. I think he's been too stubborn, and I think that's come out against him. The aura of the man, I love. Do I think that he's still short of what he needs to do? Yeah. Overall, yeah. So it's so hard. I don't know what to do. Whether you keep him, the heart of me, the emotional side says keep him. The logical side says you came 17th in the league. You got whacked up by Brighton. I'm not going to take that much against them because I don't think they slept. But my point is, we won the cup and he got us to the Champions League. So his remit, what he was asked to do by that club, he's fulfilled.
No.
Because they probably would have thought. Chris, they probably thought the League Cup. They probably thought the League Cup.
Let me intervene.
Which I'd have been more than happy.
You're meant to come as high as up the league as possible. You know why? Because Spurs are a money club, and Spurs are all about their money.
Yeah.
So you come in 17th.
He hasn't fulfilled that.
He hasn't fulfilled that. So you come in 17th and getting your little 100 mil from the Champions League. That doesn't fulfill. That doesn't. Yeah, because you would have had 200 mil if you finished 5th.
Well, I mean, like.
No, Marv, I'm talking. Marv, this ain't time for jokes. This is time for realness.
He's not joking.
No, he's about to make a joke. I could tell. You could tell with Marv. You could tell. He's going to round it up to Arsenal.
You are, Marv.
You could tell. That's why I said nip it in the bud quick speed. Because I'm not letting Lee get no leeway here thinking that he's got one.
That's what I want to see, Chris. Go on, man. I love it.
No, yeah, it's about time, Tom. As you said at the beginning of the season. Because you know what? During the face-off, Lee was asked a question. Ange in or out if he wins. You know what he says? He has to go
out either way. Either way.
Yeah. And
look, it's backtracking.
Look, it's not backtracking. It's the emotional side takes over me. So
Chris,
I'm not going to go back on anything I said.
The third season's always better than the second, and he was
so good.
all over it.
You think. Let me just say, you think of how Arteta spoke to the crowd in that Instagram post before the PSG game.
I was embarrassed.
Right? And you think of Ange, like,
what
are you going to run through a brick wall for?
No, I'm not running for a brick wall for Ange. That's why you came 17th.
Yeah, you would, bruv.
So I tell you,
he is a fellow Greek legend. He's one of your people. He's one of your people, Chris.
Your jokes ain't working, bro. Why did you come 17th?
One of your people.
Your jokes are not working.
And he's a Greek hero.
Lee, if you're willing to run through a brick wall, why do you come 17th?
Because I think that he put all his eggs in a basket, which was the
So he put his eggs in the basket and he got the league from when? At what point in the year was that? Did he put his eggs into the basket?
Well, I think
naive manager.
It's been clear. I think he's naive. I'd agree there, Tom. But I also think that you could see from the centre halves and the goalkeeper that have been gone pretty much most of the season. With them gone, it's a big difference. And look, I'm not saying he's out of jail for free. I'm not saying that at all.
It sounds like it.
I'm a bit more. Look, listen, when you get swept up on this, you got to think. I've not had that parade before. I've not had that moment. I jumped on the pitch. I was there on my knees.
We all know you're a culture vulture, bro. That's you. That's you being a culture vulture. You went and saw Batman and told me it was better than Goodfellas because you saw all three.
But we're talking about now. Hold on. Talking about.
You're talking about Charlton and Leighton Orient. You're a vulture, bro. You're a vulture.
I'm a vulture.
You don't know that he's a hitter.
Listen, hold on, Marv.
He has to be there. He's got to be there, Marv, to tell a story.
Bob,
like I told you, I'm
a plastic. I'm a plastic. Bob, I'm a plastic supporter. I'm a culture vulture.
Right?
I tell you, but Bob, I'm a culture vulture. I'm a plastic supporter. But I'd watch my team in a cup final. I tell you that for a bag of Sundays. Chris, us culture vultures have a phone. I can do that.
Did you watch Spurs Man City, Lee?
Oh, this is a good film, The Avengers.
Did you watch Spurs Man City?
We got a phone, bro.
Did you watch
Can we
Spurs Man
get
City?
back on topic?
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't.
Come on, on topic, Marv.
Yeah,
Come
did.
on, bring us
You
back,
didn't.
Can we
Marv.
get back on topic?
I didn't.
Come on.
Lee's trying to explain why
I'm saying,
Ange
listen,
is going to be there next season.
You either
why
want
he
me to
deserves
talk about it or
be
you
there.
don't. What do you want me to do?
Well, can I intervene? I want to intervene. Spurs' last 6 games before the end of last season, not the season just gone. So the season before that, Mark, because Lee tried to talk about injuries and defenders and whatnot. So from April 28th, we can go from here. Spurs play Arsenal. They lose 3-2 at White Hart Lane. They got Chelsea the next game. They lose 2-0 to Chelsea. They beat Burnley, who were relegated. So that's in those 3 games, they've lost 2 out of 3. Then they got Man City, who also beat them 2-0. So this is looking bad. So the last 4 games, they've lost 3, won 1.
Right.
Chris, the whole season was poor over as well.
No, Kendall, this is the season before.
Yeah, they've been poor in the league for a long time.
This is
They have for a long time.
Exactly. So from last season, the 10.
Are these results going to be in my new sticker book? Can I just ask?
Yeah, they will be.
Oh, they will. Oh, every game.
Trophies will not be. Trophies will not be.
Stay on topic here. So, Chris, what is your point? You're going back.
Went into the season.
What did he say about
back to last season?
They went into this season on a bad run, but they went into this season on a bad run. So it's not naive. It's not injuries. It's not due to injuries.
Well, can I just ask you something?
Well, can
I ask you something?
So what is that, Ken Dog gone?
It's naive management. Lee knows that. The thing is, he's going through what I went through with Ten Hag a little bit. You've won something, that hope, that glimmers there, but it's a bit naive, man, because he's tactically naive, man. He got lucky in the final, Lee, as well. Come on, man.
Okay, hold on. Let me just say. Was it
a masterclass in the final, or was it he got lucky?
Masterclass.
I wouldn't call it a masterclass.
Lee got lucky, man. He had the least touches in any European final. They had 25% possession. They got lucky.
But you didn't do nothing, bro. I've got to be honest, Tom. You're dog shit. I love you. I'll jump if you jump. They are so bad.
How many clear-cut chances did Spurs have in that game?
One, and we won.
No, you didn't even have one. That wasn't even a clear-cut chance.
But we won. But we won.
Yeah, but you did win. But Kendall was asking about the quality of football now, and the quality of the game from Tottenham.
I put it back on his then.
Opta, the lowest stats ever recorded via Spurs. 109 passes in 90 minutes.
He served. I've returned. Why didn't they score? Because they didn't have any good chances. Come on, man. There was no good chances. What they had?
At least 2 or 3.
That worries me. You think they're good chances?
Hang on a minute. When your defender cleared the ball off the line, you're telling me that wasn't a good chance when he cleared it off the line?
That was the best chance.
So what are you on about? They had no chances.
I'm saying you had nothing of any fucking etiquette to get through us. You had nothing. We give you the ball the whole game.
Oh, Lee, man. Oh, listen. When we beat Bayern Munich in the 1999 final, Bayern Munich should have been 3-0 up in that game.
Right?
Yeah.
We got a bit of luck. Now, the only thing that saves Fergie, I would never put him in the same bracket as Ange, is look at the football he's played. Ange has had a bad year and a half. They played crap football. The defence has been shocking. He's put everyone up front hoping to just score goals. He's got lucky in the final. And I've been the first one to say, fair play, you won. But don't give me...
At the end of the day,
Mark, can I ask you something, Mark? Go
for it. The truth.
Do you remember in January of 2024, you done your second team went to the Emirates and beat them in the FA Cup third round, 2-0 on a Sunday. It was on BBC, 4:00.
Yeah, that's correct.
We asked Chris about the game after that. We wanted to go live. He didn't want to go live. He didn't want to do a watch along. It's not that long ago.
Yeah.
What did he say about the FA Cup to you that day when Liverpool beat them at the Emirates? Can I just ask you? Just asking for a friend.
To be honest, I can't remember. But obviously, Chris is going to say.
But Lee remembers. But Lee remembers mine and your conversation. He remembers mine and your conversation.
I remember.
He remembers mine and your conversation, Marv. Go on.
If I know Chris and Liverpool knocking Arsenal out of the cup,
what did he say?
I know. You tell us what I said.
I know Liverpool ain't getting.
He said it's just the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
He went, it means nothing. This game meant nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't care that Liverpool had beaten Arsenal at home.
I think he did, though. I think he must
Of course he did. Of course he did. He changes the script.
No, I don't.
He must have.
Now he's saying the FA Cup's bigger than Europa, but he didn't care about the FA Cup then.
But I cared about the FA Cup. But I care about the FA Cup
when
the
he
year
told
before that, and the year before that, and the year before
that particular stage.
Why is he chatting rubbish for? How's this guy lying? He's doing a proper colonizing thing. He's doing a lie. No. You are going to be diplomatic here because you're Uncle Tom. You are going to be diplomatic here.
Yeah, back in. I want to leave back in before you can.
No, you've got to talk because he's not letting no one talk. So
he will get back in.
But the same FA Cup, but I championed that. Lee tried to use it in the argument today, saying, but I called myself an FA Cup champion, but now in the same breath, I'm this. This is why you're all over the place, mate. This is why you're all over the place. This is why he's all over the place.
I know. Get back in.
How can so you're saying that statement is untrue? Then it's untrue. I can't remember.
What did he say today?
I remember.
What did he say today? What did Lee say today about the FA Cup? What did he say about the FA Cup today?
Yeah, and he's wrong.
I didn't read everything.
He's wrong. FA Cup any day over Europa League.
He said Europa Cup League's bigger than the FA Cup. He cussed me for talking about the FA Cup and Arsenal winning it, and now he's trying to say, "Oh, but Chris doesn't care." Well, hold on a minute.
I would rather have the FA Cup.
Oh, that's all Arsenal have won, or I don't care. Like you can't use the argument for both. Like it don't make sense. It's like saying,
yeah, but
it's like saying before the final and during the face-off, Big Ange needs to get sacked regardless. But when Big Ange wins, it's Big Ange back in.
Chris, we know how you feel about it because you've been consistent.
Thank you, Ken Dog.
Your point has been that because everyone else devalued the FA Cup when Arsenal were winning.
Keep an eye on him.
Keep bleeding.
You remember Lineker and Gaza? You want a word?
When Arsenal won the FA Cup, it was being devalued by other people, saying that it's not good enough for Arsenal to just win the FA Cup. So Chris has been consistent by saying, guys, if it's crap, then it's crap now. If you're calling it crap when we're winning it, it's crap now.
What? This is
really shit. Look at Lee. He's won one trophy. And look how he's acting. Look how he's acting.
At the end of the day, yeah,
that's fair.
You lot know my view. Every trophy's worth winning.
Exactly. And he told me to do that.
Marv, remember? Remember me and you. Remember me and you and Lee was on a podcast and Clee said that FA Cup means nothing, Europa League means nothing, the League Cup means nothing. The only thing that means something.
Was he saying in the context of talking about Arsenal?
The context was about Spurs because Pochettino said that the only trophy worth winning is the League and the Champions League, and Lee was agreeing with it, telling me every other trophy was worth nothing, and it's still documented. That's why when he's all here, all doing this, that, what are you doing? He's the kind of guy that votes for Reform. He votes for Labour. He votes for Green Party. He votes for Tory. Like, who are you, bro? Like, you're a dangerous man.
Put me in.
You're a dangerous man.
He put me in.
Listen, when you win a trophy,
a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a lager drink. He drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. Listen, how could I ever say that in a podcast? We didn't start the Footballthicko podcast till after Pochettino was fired. We never done a podcast before when Pochettino was at the club.
Okay, go. It's on here. It's on here, you idiot.
Go on then.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
look when we started Footballthicko podcast.
It's me and you and Marv talking on the phone because I was doing a WhatsApp call when you was recording it via then, you idiot.
Yeah, but listen, we're getting bogged down in,
he drinks a whiskey drink, he votes for Reform, he votes for Green Party, he votes for Labour.
Come on, I want to hear Marv now. I've not heard a word from Marv.
The fact of the matter remains, you know what? You can say you said this, that, the other. You can turn it around, spin. You can look under stones and find reasons why Tottenham shit. But the fact of the matter is, they've scooped a trophy, and that's the bottom line. That makes all the difference.
So when Wigan got relegated, or when Arsenal won the FA Cup and finished fifth, how come none of this talk was valid then? It was only 5 years ago when Arsenal won the FA Cup and finished eighth, Marv. It was only 5 years ago. You said it's not good enough.
I think because we look at
no. Answer my question, Marv.
You know what I'm gonna say. Chris. So let me answer it honestly, yeah. Because you know what I'm gonna say, and I've said it for years. Arsenal in those 5 FA Cups since their last title isn't good enough for a club of Arsenal stature. That's the difference. Whereas
Chris,
Tottenham, what the hell do Tottenham win? What the hell do you do?
Every time we won an FA Cup, that's all he says. Though. That's the first time. He's not good enough for Arsenal. But Man United finished 8th last season. Won the FA Cup.
I'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah, but
isn't the difference? Is it good enough for them overall, or is it better than what other teams have done that year? Because when Man United won the FA Cup last year, I wasn't saying it's a great year for Man United. I was saying you can't criticise it if you've won nothing.
Arsenal, though, Tom.
Say again.
We had the whole debate, us four, the day after the FA Cup final, and you said you'd had a better season than Arsenal.
Yeah, because Arsenal won nothing, mate.
Okay, so if we had a better season than Arsenal.
Yeah, because you won a trophy, 100%. Is that what you're just trying to get me to say
it? He drinks a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink, he drinks a banana drink.
Words are looking in boy. It's true. And that's what football is about at the end of the day.
And I'm not even saying that.
So again. So when Arsenal finished 8th and won the FA Cup in 2020, I said we had a better season than Man United. What did you say, Marv? No, you didn't.
What did I say? I can't remember.
You said no, we didn't. You said no, we didn't.
I would have agreed with that. I would have agreed with that.
Thank you, Tom.
Say that. Why would you have had a better season? I don't know.
Why would you have had a better season? Because we won a trophy. Because we won a trophy, you fucking idiot.
What did Manchester United win?
Nothing.
Nothing, Marv.
Then you must have had the better season.
Nothing. But that's not what you said, you idiot. But that's not what you said. But that's not what you said. But that's not what you said.
Did I say Man United had a better season?
Yes.
Bring up the archives. Bring up the archives. I want to see it.
What did they do? I don't know what they done.
No, because this has only become a popular conversation. Because when I was calling Arsenal FA Cup champions, what was you doing, Marvin? What was you doing? Marvin, what was you doing? Marvin, what was you doing when I called Arsenal FA Cup champions? What was you doing, brother?
I was probably laughing at you.
Exactly. Telling me it's not good enough. Telling me it's not good enough. Telling me to settle. You was using the word settle. Telling me to settle.
Did say that.
Exactly. So now you settle yourself and shut your mouth.
Chris. Out of interest, Marv, what did you win that year?
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Kendall, they won the league. Kendall, they won the league that year.
Oh, well, then fair enough. Yeah, fair enough then.
But we're talking about football in general now. Do you know what I'm saying? So if it's not good enough, how come we've not had a better season than all these other teams? But yet, when they win the said trophy, they're better than Arsenal finish second.
What I'm saying is, Arsenal fans are
like Kendall, you've been in the group. You're in the group to see it. You're using the group to see it yourself.
I know what you're
using the group to see it yourself. This guy Marvin here said the Europa League was cussing Arsenal, sending screenshots of Arsenal playing a Panathinaikos, whoever it was, laughing his tits off. And then when his team, because he never envisioned Liverpool were going to finish 5th that season because they were the best team in Europe, as him and Lee and Mark Malone were saying, after losing to Real Madrid because they won 2 domestic trophies and lost the league by 1 point. They're the best team in Europe. I've never heard that before. Finished the second, the best team in Europe. So there's
who had the better season this season?
They're in Europa. They're in Europa. They're getting battered by Atalanta.
You got to bring Marv back in.
They're getting battered by Atalanta, and they think it's all good. Now the competition's a sick competition.
You got to be consistent with what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's my issue. They're not consistent. At the beginning of the season, League goes PSG, Arsenal is not even worthy of Europa League. Now who's celebrating Europa League? Because
what's wrong with saying
that? It's a shit competition.
No, I'm saying that you both weren't good enough for the Champions League. That game wasn't.
That's not what you said. It's documented.
Please get it out.
You're lucky I've switched phones. You're lucky I've switched
phones.
So lucky.
I think you know
what everything's hard. I've already showed you that.
Trying to protect Arsenal. Everything suggests you're trying.
No, I want consistency, bro.
Well, okay. Well, so Tom had said. Tom, we've had a better season than Arsenal.
When Arsenal play, we talk about Arsenal. When Spurs play, we talk about Arsenal.
But
when
we expect more from Arsenal.
We talk about Arsenal. No, I don't hear that.
From Arsenal.
That
but
doesn't
expect
happen.
More.
No, Marv.
Arsenal fans are always bleating on about Arsenal.
Marv, when you finish fifth, you was in here running your mouth still and not giving it all this high moral high ground talk shit. Don't give it all that now because you won one league title.
After the Europa final, I didn't mention anyone. The first one I mentioned was Tom. Because he was the opponent. I'd done that on the Thursday morning. I didn't say anything about anyone until Friday. I was having to come at you because you were very happy when you said and you've been found out. But I was like, well, even if he has, and you've given your reasons today, and I've given my reasons, we agreed to disagree. He didn't get found out on the 21st of May, and we went home with the trophy.
You can't agree to disagree when you yourself said before the final he needs to go whatever happens.
No, I'm talking about that day. You said he got found out. You said he's been found out. We'll get past them 3-1. But he didn't get found out that day.
Bro, you've lost 22 games. One game.
But we didn't lose the final. We didn't lose the final.
Okay, that doesn't mean all of a sudden he's not been found out.
Can I ask you a question then? Can I ask you guys?
That night, I said he's not been found out that night.
Now Andrew's won the Europa League. Yeah. Tom, Chris, Lee, do you think he should? Does he deserve to be in charge of Tottenham? Going into
my heart.
No, I don't hear your heart. I don't hear your heart.
All right, overall
them cliche tongue. We don't hear that shit.
All right, overall,
you see, yes or no?
I think the journey ends here, and it's thank you. It was great. The journey ends here.
That's your honest opinion.
Honest opinion, yeah.
Wait, flip flop.
No,
flip flop.
Because you're telling me not to say with my heart.
You man are wrong, and
you're telling me not to say with my heart.
No,
hey, Marv, well played. Hey, Marv, well played, Marv. Well played, Marv.
Just gotta ride it. Oh, no.
And you know right, based on winning the Europa
Waka.
Hey, what I'm asking a question here, Tom.
Who you asking, Marv?
You, everybody.
I'm gonna say that this is Ten Hag territory. Learn the lesson, getting rid of him.
Fair.
That's fair comment.
Yeah, more. The FA Cup is harder to win than Europa League. Ange, I would love for Ange to stay. He's doing a fabulous job, man. Let him stay. He's Greek, innit? Let him stay. He's doing a great job down there.
I think when you land a trophy, you deserve.
You deserve. Yeah, I think so too. I'm with Ken Dog. Like he said, this is Ten Hag territory.
If he stays, I'm not against it.
Crack on, lads.
I'm not against it.
He deserves another crack.
Give him another contract. Extend it like Man United.
You can't argue that he does deserve a crack in some ways because he's brought them success.
Ken Dog, did Ten Hag deserve another crack?
Well, Ten Hag's managing Manchester United.
Well, this is Tottenham, top 6.
And he'd had enough time. And to be fair, Ange's had enough time now. You can't say he needs more time. It's the only reason Amorim, no one really wants him to go because he's come in halfway through a season. He's not come in. He's not had enough time. Ange had enough time. They're playing his football. He's got his players. He has been naive. And one final where he gets lucky, not a tactical masterclass, doesn't change that, Lee. If they defended resolutely, scored on the counter-attack, not had any chances conceded, and I would have maybe felt differently. But Spurs were abysmal in that game, Lee. They just got lucky.
Well said, Ken Dog.
So Jose's Inter was lucky that time against Barcelona?
No,
that was designed.
Did you see how many shots they had? Did you see how many shots they had that day?
They set up like that. You're an idiot.
So we
they were down to 10 men.
What Arsenal have got to do
to play like that.
Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm just making it. I'll tell you what. If Arsenal had won a trophy this season, you wouldn't really be saying anything about Spurs.
You wouldn't even.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
Why are we talking about Arsenal? Let's get rid of him. Why are we talking about Arsenal? That doesn't make sense.
I've got to go as well.
We're talking about Tottenham, and you just mentioned Arsenal. What's that?
I've said what I think. Love to you all. Great season.
Love.
I'm out, boys. I've got to go too. Love you both.
I'm sorry you didn't
get you sound like an ill person, Marv. They were talking about Tottenham, and you just mentioned Arsenal out of the blue.
Love.